And yes, I am in. So, welcome to the vlog for this week, which I think is 28, is it? Certainly more than half a year. I'm in Medellin, Colombia, one of the largest cities in Colombia. I've been in for a couple of days, really cool. But what I wanted to talk about was what I've been doing for the previous week, which was the 4 or 5 days I spent in the town of Salento. I'm filming this in the outside garden of my hostel, which is a pretty cool place. The only problem is that is the road, and when bikes go past it's a little bit noisy, but there's nowhere else to do this and I wanted to get it done, so apologies if it gets a bit loud, but it should be okay. So, disclaimer's done. Salento is a little town which is a very small town. It's almost big village really, halfway between the city of Cali where I was and Medellin where I am now. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. It's definitely one of the main stops that people talk about going to in Colombia, and you can kind of see why when you get there. Just gorgeous little town, like nestled away in the hills. It's right in the heart of like Colombia's coffee region. Loads of like kind of coffee farms and stuff there. I booked in a hostel as I was heading. It's about a 4 or 5 hour bus journey from Cali, or a couple of buses. I booked myself into a hostel, which I realised when I got to Salento is actually out of the town. So this is me walking up there. You can already see it's like really beautiful kind of green fields and stuff. Welcome to Salento. I've managed to book myself a hostel, which is a 20-minute walk up a hill out of the town, and there's no taxis in the town, so here I go. Yeah, I know I'll always laugh after these clips as well, but it's not something I'm really in charge of. So, several things I need to talk about. First one I'll cover off is the hostel. This is a video that I took. It was actually on my second night there when I was the only person there in the hostel, but this can give you an idea of the unbelievably beautiful setting that I was, just a 20-minute walk out of the town. I mean, just have a look at this. Little blog entry. I'm the only person in this entire hostel, which is just outside of Salento, which you can see behind me. This absolutely gorgeous view. Check out this guy down here, actually. Little kitten. Hello, mate. Hello, mate. So that's absolutely adorable. And this is the cool. Oh, that's a mirror. This is the cool little hostel chill out area. That's the view. The owner of the hostel has just driven down to the town to drop off the one other person who was staying here, a German girl. So. Oh, that's ridiculous, isn't it, in the mirror? I've got the place to myself, and it's an absolute touch. £6 a night. Keep your eye out for some lightning over there. Maybe not. There's loads though. Oh, thunder. So, fairly obvious that it was a really beautiful, gorgeous place to chill. The main thing that people do when they go to Salento is to go to visit a place called the Cocora Valley. This is like a really beautiful green valley that's about sort of 20-25 minute drive out of town, and what makes it kind of quite remarkable is that it's filled with these enormous palm trees, and I mean enormous. They're like, some of them are like 60 meters tall, just like spread across this beautiful valley. Met a German girl called Sabrina and a couple of Irish lads, Robin and Colin, and the four of us went together to check it out and did a bit of a hike up the hill for a few hours in the valley. It was absolutely chucking it down when we started, and there was no space for the two lads in this Jeep which took us there, so they had to kind of stand at the back in the rain, which was actually hilarious. But by the time we got to the valley, it had cleared up, and this is what it looks like. Oh my god. So, bloody beautiful, to say the least. So, Cacao Valley, absolutely stunning. Salento town itself is also really, really cool. Like, all the houses are painted like really bright, cool colours. If you haven't seen my Instagram, you can take a look. Here's just a couple of pictures. Some of the cool stuff I did in the town was oh yeah, there's a crazy Colombian game which you might not have heard of, probably wouldn't have if you've not been to Colombia, called Tejo. It's kind of a little bit like maybe like throwing horseshoes off a tongue. You're throwing these like big metal pucks, but you have to land them in this bed of clay, and in the bed of clay there's these little explosives, and if you land it right on, they'll do these massive explosions. It's absolutely solid. We were playing on like a half-length version, and you've got to hit this tiny little target. It's really hard. The main man in action. It's easy, mate. Just make them blow up. Oh. The Colombian lads are like amazing at it. They're throwing like double the length 20 thing, bombing these like things down with underarm and exploding. Yeah, I mean, check out this. Also at the end, because we were both so frustrated about having hit it very few times, we tried to just explode it from short range, and that still didn't work. Go for it. So that was hilarious, but this is what they look like if they actually go off. So Tejo is really cool. Also hung out for one evening in a local pool hall, although actually a lot of all the locals there were playing was, I think it's billiards, where there's got the 3 balls and there's no pockets on the table, but their techers are unbelievable, kind of. Maybe a bit embarrassed to try play pool, but that was cool. So all in all, Salento is just a stunningly beautiful town. I had an amazing few days there. Made friends with a kitten who was on that first video, and just kind of chilled out in that gorgeous hostel overlooking the town. So all in all, absolutely amazing few days. Really beautiful place. One of my favourite places I think I've been to, although that list is pretty long. I'm up in Medellin now, where I'll probably be for the next best part of a week. There's loads to do around here. I'm going to go to a football game tonight. Travelers 10 March is on, but I didn't have a quick look at that before, so I might leave an update on that next time. But I'm up to like 63, 64 lists. I'm on quite a lot. Anyway, hope you're doing well. As always, drop me a message, and yeah, I'll speak to you soon. Mwah. Let's get this.